Booktube! How are you? Happy New Year! I hope that this year will be great and joyful for all of you, and I definitely hope that it will be better than 2016. Let's hope so. My name is Cristina and today I'm here to do the new to Booktube tag, which is a tag that was created by Trina, who is the owner of Between the Chapters channel. She is amazing and she deserves all the love and appreciation, and it's due to her that we have this tag for the newbies like me. And so yeah, let's begin with the tag. Question number 1. I'm joining Booktube from a small town between Milan and Como in Italy. Cheers! I'm not a native English speaker because I live in Italy, as I said, but not only because of that, I'm not Italian either. I'm actually Russian. You have to know that English is not my native language, so I'm going to try my very best in order to improve my English. Question number 2. I'm actually 25 years old and this year it's gonna be 26, which is awkward because it's like you're supposed to be an adult, but you're not feeling like it. Yeah. Question number 3. I joined Booktube because I sincerely admire this community. I think that it's very engaging and it's quite joyful. I know that it has a lot of its own problems. It's not perfect, as any other community out there, I guess. Reading, books, pages, words, like, yeah, I'm in for it. I'm joining because I really love the community. I followed it for quite a lot of time and yeah, I just decided to join in, and it was one of my New Year's resolutions. And here I am. I'm starting my Booktube journey, adventure, I don't know how to call it, but yeah, you know what I mean. Question number 4. It's the name that I'm using as a photographer, and it's the name of my Facebook page where I publish my photos. And so I wanted to have a space on YouTube, a space where I could upload all my backstage videos basically from my photo shoots. And yeah, this was the start of this channel. Photography is basically a name that I made up, I created, and it's formed by 2 words into different languages. The second part is graphie, which is the French version of graphie, like in photography, and it means writing. As some of you may know, photography means writing with light, photography. And ore is an Elvish word from obviously the language created by Tolkien, and it means heart. So orography put all together means writing with your heart, and it's something that I feel very deeply as a photographer. I thought that it was quite perfect for me, orography, writing with your heart. So nice when your camera turns off itself. Well done, camera. Question number 5. You have to know that I read everything. I guess that I prefer fantasy books, but yeah, I read everything. I like reading contemporary, I like reading YA, I like reading poetry sometimes, but I have to be in the right mood. Question number 6. This is a tough one, a very tough one. I don't have a lot of like favorite musicians or bands. I just love some songs, and the same thing goes for authors, with some exceptions. Like, for example, I completely love almost everything written by Marc Levy, the French writer, or by Tolkien, of course. I love and hate George R.R. Martin because, I mean, you know, it's George R.R. Martin. Then I love very much almost everything written by Jacqueline Carey. Who else? I'm forgetting someone. Yeah, Haruki Murakami. I totally love Haruki Murakami and his way of writing, and well, of course, J.K. Rowling. I have to say that I really love her way of writing. I don't really always love her books, but I always love her way of writing and she's great. What else can I say? Those are some of my favorite writers, I guess. Question number 7. The last book I've read was actually a graphic novel and it was one of the last reads of 2016, Nimona. I hope that you already heard about it and maybe that you've already read it, because I found it an amazing graphic novel. It is created, I guess, created by Noelle Stevenson. And yeah, it was my last book of the year. Question number 8 is in Italian and it's Nina, la bambina della sesta luna, e la maledizione del serpente piumato. I've searched for it and it has no English translation. It has been translated in French, Spanish, German, but not in English, I guess. So yeah, basically it's the third one of a series. It's my first read of the year and we will see where I will get. Question number 9. Everything. Basically everything. Like normal bookmarks, of course, any slice of paper that I may found, or sometimes checks. When I start reading the book, just as soon as I get out from the bookshop, so I use its own check in order to keep track of my reading, except for doing the, I don't know how you call it precisely, the doggy ears, the folded angle, folded pages, yeah, you know what I mean, like when you fold the upper part of the page. I cannot do that. Like literally, it drives me crazy. Question number 10. I cannot do that because I don't have a TBR pile. I never know what am I going to read in the future until the moment comes. So yeah, I'm that kind of reader. I close a book and then I go to my bookshelf and just pick up the next one, the one that calls me. Something like that. The bookshelf that you may see behind me is full of TBRs, because all the books that I've already read, I just keep them in the living room, while in my bedroom I keep mostly TBRs. But I don't have a pile. Question number 11. Both. I love both for different reasons. The hardcovers are usually more beautiful, they are more resistant, they have that nice feeling when you just hold it, and when you put it on your shelf they are usually very, very beautiful. However, paperbacks are amazing because you may take them everywhere, you're not so afraid of ruining them, and yeah, they're cheap, which is the biggest plus ever. So paperbacks are great. Ebooks or physical books? Physical books all the way long. Always physical books. I'm that kind of reader. I really, really love physical books. The feeling, the scent, the even the weight of them in your hands, and the possibility to like grab them and show them and touch them, and so on, so on, and so on. I really love physical books. However, recently I've discovered that ebooks are quite convenient, because I may found a lot of books in foreign languages as ebooks, and then they are not heavy. So if you're reading something like War and Peace, it's definitely easier to bring the ebook with you on the train rather than bringing the physical copy, which is like huge. Owning or borrowing? Owning. Like I just said, I love having the physical copy of the book in my hands, and it's something that I really cherish. However, borrowing books could be very useful for like the older versions of book that maybe you cannot find anymore, or for those moments when you cannot afford new books. And I guess that the possibility of borrowing books is amazing, but I really need to have the copy of the books that I'm actually reading. So yeah, owning for me is owning. And question number 12. And here I guess that you're all expecting me to tell something like Harry Potter. Nope. Yeah, I loved Harry Potter. It was a huge part of my childhood, but it's not the book that made me start reading. The book that actually made me a reader, I guess that it's this one. They are in Russian. These are some very old copies. They were my father's copies, so yeah, they were published in 1969. So yeah, they are old. They had that amazing smell of old books, and I cherish them very much. Is a series written by Nikolai Nosov, who is a Russian writer, and the name of these books, Приключения Незнайки, which means adventures of. I discovered that it has actually a translation in English, and it's called The Adventures of Duno and His Friends. It was the first series, the first book that actually made me a reader, because it was one of the books that my grandma read to me, and she used to read out loud, and then she really constantly fell asleep. So I was so frustrated. I wanted to know more. I wanted to know how the adventure went on. I forced myself to learn how to read in order to know how the story ends. Question number 13. I discovered Booktube quite by chance, I guess. I've always watched a lot of YouTube videos, but I've never seen the Booktube part of YouTube. And then one day I discovered a channel, a Book Utopia. From there I discovered that there is this whole new world of people who love books like me and who read and talk about them and are so involved in this community. And yeah, it all started from there, and I began to follow a lot of other YouTubers. So yeah, it was the beginning for me. And then question 14. I guess the lack of time will be the toughest, the greatest obstacle for me, because I have 2 jobs and I come home in the evening and usually I'm destroyed, like literally empty at the end of my day. So this will be, I guess, the hardest part, but I will try to do my best. Let's see if I will be able to do it. The sun completely went down, so I've talked quite for a long time, I guess. So sorry for the length of this video. I hope that I will see you very soon. Please write to me, tell me what you think about the things I like or dislike, and thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you very soon. Bye! Ciao!